Rejoice with me, brothers, for I have acquired... No, I can't do the gum. Yeah, sorry. It's a shame, it was good gum. Okay. Rejoice with me, brothers, for I have acquired a new dash mount for my cellular telephone, which means that I will no longer have to almost die every time I look at the phone in my lap when I'm using the GPS. But more importantly, what that means is that I can finally squeeze videos again in between everything else while I am driving. So that is absolutely wonderful in my book. Hope y'all are doing well. Today is, this week, this month, everything has been so busy with everything. And I feel like a broken record. I say that all the time. That, everything is busy and everything is crazy and everything is blah, 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 blah. But I mean it. I do mean it. And there's been, just with, business, finally have business picking up a little bit. I've been doing working on a bunch of different stuff, doing side construction, doing freelance graphic design, which is the main thing that I've been wanting to do. And doing, moving gigs, sound gigs, doing a lot more audio stuff lately than I used to. But the main thing is that, the graphic design stuff like that is finally picking up, starting to catch on a little bit, which is wonderful news because, like I said, that's the main thing that I would like to be doing. But other than that, on top of all this other stuff going on, and by the way, there's another huge thing going on in the background that I'm not talking about just this yet right now, at least not on the internet, but between all this other stuff going on, I've decided to hop on board September of Success, which is the latest iteration of 31 Days to Masculinity, led by Hunter Drew and Craig James of the Family Alpha, which is just, I've said this before, the last time we did this thing, it is a excellent program for men. It is one of the best, as far as just like a program that you can go through as a man in a month. I would say this is like one of the best out there. Everything from physical health, I'm not even going to spoil it, but almost every aspect of life is covered in some way in this. And in almost every aspect of your life, you will be challenged by this program. So look it up, or I'll post links in the description, all that good stuff. 31 Days to Masculinity. It is an excellent thing for a man to do. But beyond that, there's been a lot of stuff on my mind, and I went into this not even knowing, what it is that I want to talk about. But just to get to the main recurring thing that comes to mind lately, because I'm still engaged with the guys on Discord, trying to reply to emails and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I got everyone in there, reading comments, replying to those, and I still do hear from a lot of people who, they watch my stuff and they're still struggling, and they get caught in a almost like a loop of failing again and again and again. Usually not as often, but every once in a while. And, I feel like a lot of guys are wondering, what's the thing that I have to learn that I'm missing? What's the, whatever it is that's making it so that I can't quit? And the biggest thing that I want to say to that, and that I have said to that, is to stop thinking that you need to learn something else in order to quit. Stop thinking that you need to know something or come to some kind of epiphany or something like that. Yes, it's great to learn things. It's great to come to these, epiphanies, these realizations of how things work. But the biggest thing that, I can't make you have an epiphany. I can't make you just suddenly snap and realize, this is whatever I need to know to make this fight easier for me. There's nothing, you can't transmit experience. You can transmit information in a broad sense. Even that is kind of iffy. But you can't transmit experience, you can't transmit epiphanies through communication, through language. These kind of things, they kind of have to be grasped firsthand, which is why you should spend time alone in prayer, in thought, all that kind of stuff. Really tear down and analyze your own brain, your own thoughts, your own actions and behaviors and patterns, and try to figure yourself out, sort yourself out. And that's going to be great for you on that end. But as far as, this idea that I've got to reach this epiphany or something, or I've got to learn this one thing, or I need some kind of, specific, thing I can do, like push-ups in the morning or a cold shower every time I get aroused, or whatever, whatever people try to throw at it. But you have to realize, I am getting to it now. I'm going on and on. You do always have the choice, and this comes back to one of the two biggest things that I realized, a long time ago. I made a video about it, like kind of the two biggest epiphanies that I ever had was that, for one thing, it doesn't matter what I want, period. The only thing that matters is what God wants. And the second thing was that I always have a choice. There's no such thing as I can't help it. And as far as just, an underlying attitude for everything else that you do, I think that it should always be in your head that I don't need to learn something else. It would be great to, but I don't need to. I don't need to have some epiphany in order to physically put down the phone, walk away from the computer, whatever it may be, put down the magazine if you're still... But anyway, whatever, just to physically reject that temptation. You don't need some epiphany to do that. It's already a choice every single time. And it feels like you can't help it. It feels like you're caught in a rut. But you have to break this idea that, your brain has been conditioned into. And I don't know if it's social, I don't know if it's cultural, I don't know if it's just part of the human condition that, our minds become conditioned with this idea of I can't help it. But you need to completely reject that conditioning in your mind and start telling yourself, start forcing yourself to acknowledge that I had a choice. And as of right now, even if I didn't learn anything since the last time, I still have a choice. Today, I will decide unilaterally what I am going to do. And then tomorrow, I will decide by myself what I am going to do. Outside of circumstances, of course, things that happen to you. If your car breaks down, obviously you're not going to be driving anywhere that day. But as far as the actions that you physically take, where you walk to, unless you break your legs, but I'm not getting into that. What you do with your body, where you put your eyes, and the websites that you visit, the websites that you choose to stay on, what you choose to do here and now is a choice, and it is up to you. And no temptation can take that choice away. No epiphany can make that choice for you. All right? So, is this going to suddenly solve all your problems and make you stop watching porn? Is me saying this going to do that? No. Hell no, of course not. Is you internalizing this and realizing, hey, yeah, I always have a choice. Is that going to make it easy to stop? No, absolutely not. But forcing yourself to take full responsibility for everything that you do and getting rid of this idea that there's some elusive piece of knowledge that you just need or else you're helpless. Getting rid of that is going to help you lay a better foundation for moving forward. And you know what? That can be it. That can be the last thing you learn before you quit for good. Totally, because you do have a choice. Anything can be the last thing you learn before you quit for good. That's the point. You have the choice at every stage, no matter how wise you are, no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how much you know or don't know. You have that willpower. Some people's willpower is stronger than others, but it still comes down to a yes or no choice. Where you put your hand, where you put your eyes, what you do with your computer or your phone or whatever, okay? Or even just out on the street. I mean, who knows? People have issues looking at, joggers and stuff like that too, as any number of things. But that's what I want to talk about today. That's what I wanted to say. You always have the choice. Don't let yourself think anything different. And then when you start with that, just that foundational principle of I always have a choice, and I refuse to believe that I ever didn't have a choice. I refuse to believe that that I can't just take 100% full responsibility right now. I refuse to believe that I'm bound to keep doing this if I don't figure something out. Okay? Bring it all back to that personal responsibility. Okay? As far as just your plain actions. And there's a lot of other stuff that, can still be talked about regarding, the gospel and how God plays into all this. Rather how we play into God's plan more accurately. But anyway, for now, that'll be it. 11 minutes, that's good enough. Y'all have a lovely day. God bless you guys. Take it easy, but not too easy. You can reach out to me in email, Twitter, Gab, Discord, all in the description, and of course the comments on this video. That's it. I love y'all. Thank you all for your prayers and comments and ongoing connectedness and all that kind of stuff. And I will talk to you later.